on this season of Launch Control.
We need to be getting some wins in the bag regardless of who it's against, really.
You see your name on these colors and it's special.
I have no question that we have the best car in the field.
Just time to go out and show it.
The competitiveness internally to the team can be a challenge sometimes to manage.
You just start in like
it's a little bit desperate.
The hood just popped up and we didn't understand anything.
It's a difficult rally. It's incredible.
It's ridiculous how far the team have come.
We always just trade tenths on stages, so we're going to need everything we can get.
This is Launch Control. Past performance equals future expectations. Every race season ends with the culmination of past success and the promise of more. 2018 saw Subaru Motorsports celebrate another championship year in American rallying, a continuing heritage of professionalism and dedication that remains unmatched on the continent. In Rallycross, success has been tougher to nail down, but the team entered the off-season with a clear goal: to set a new bar. With the dawn of a new season, one half of this team is ready to prove the old phrase, while the other will use it as a rallying cry. "2019 is a new chapter in the Subaru story. A sold-out entry field welcomes their returning champion as a hotly contested season gets underway. For the Vermont-based team, 2019 brings many changes. A new team name, a return to the iconic Subaru blue and gold, and a new driver lineup filled with both familiar faces and fresh ones.
It's been a long time with no driving, so ready to get back into it. Can't wait to be back here. You know, this is always such a fun rally. Loads of people are out here, so great place to come back and get back to work.
It's great to see so many entries at the first rally of the season. What we crave in America is like strength and depth of field, so to have such a strong top 10 is what we've wanted for the last couple of years, so we're really looking forward to getting going.
A lot of unknowns this rally, a lot of things we don't know how people are going to be, and obviously the new teammate as well. I know he's going to be fast, but we don't know what's going to happen when you get back out on the stages.
The name Solberg is synonymous with Subaru rallying, but this is the next generation, Petter's son, Oliver.
Thank you, Oliver. Good luck.
A rare glimpse at a rising star, and arguably the future of the sport.
I'm excited, I'm quite nervous, you know, but I'm just gonna have fun and do my best, and hopefully it's good enough, you know, but I need experience. I have never driven four-wheel drive on gravel before, so brand new experience, and I'll just take it easy and finish.
For Oliver, this is a big dream. He is born, almost into a Subaru with these colors. He has been sitting in my lap when I was driving the car on the test. He's 17. He have a lot to learn, but I think here he just have to drive and enjoy. You know, you have so good fast drivers here, so I think this experience will stay for a long time in his heart. Yeah.
This is huge, you know. You see your name on these colors, and it's special.
While his personal goals are realistic, the factory ride comes with high expectations. The opening stage reveals the pace of both drivers as they look to dominate the scoreboard this weekend. First on the road are the defending champions, David Higgins and Craig Drew.
Over crest, keep in, keeps tightening long. Keeps tightening all the way long, and right to back around the trees at the end. Okay, on the brakes. Well done.
Followed by Solberg and Aaron Johnston.
4 deep, cut 6 left, into 5 right, minus half long over crest, opens long, tight to 4 minus, half long, tight to 2. Into 3 right, minus half long, tight to 2 minus half long, tightens, big cut, over finish, 140.
The young duo essentially tie their mentors on the short opening stage. Unexpected and unprecedented.
Well, since I'm not 18 years old yet, I can't drive on the main road, so my co-driver have to jump in for me, and then we switch just before the stage again. So it's quite busy, but it's okay.
It's one of many challenges Oliver will face throughout the season. In the deep forest, the longer stages beckon. This is where experience is key. It's where refined pace notes win out.
3, 2, 1, go, 140.
For Higgins and Drew, this is where they will begin a year's work.
Left 6 middle over crest 200. Rightish crest. And right 6 in, 60. Left 6, 170. Okay.
The first steps toward another championship run. For Solberg and Johnston, this is where caution should reign. The 100 Acre Wood Rally features some of the fastest roads of the season, with most turns taken in 5th or 6th gear. The roads are wide enough to encourage a heavy foot, but any mistake at this speed leads to big consequences.
150.
With Oliver unable to drive on public roads, he had to take a back seat while his father drove during recce. Literally. It's a huge disadvantage, even when your father is a former World Rally champion. Back with the reigning champions, that first stage time is an eye-opener. Their new teammate is supposed to be learning after all. Despite the pressure, they've managed to build a small lead, even with a small deviation on the last stage of the opening loop.
Just go straight through if you can. And then left here. You can't even see it, can you? Right 3, left 4.
Higgins and Drew lead the charge on stage and on the scoreboard. The 2019 off-season brought substantial challenges for the team. All at once, the biggest changes in the team's history happened over the winter months.
So typically in an off-season, it's really busy. This particular off-season was at basically another level.
We've done a lot over the winter. We've now moved into a new facility. We've had this property in Vermont for 10 years. We finally pulled the trigger 2 Februaries ago to start building it, and now we're here. It is super efficient, very nice to work in. I think it's going to help raise our game.
It's a completely new team from the outside when a fan looks at it. So new building, 2 new drivers, and rebranding the entire team back to Subaru Blue. The Subaru brand became famous in motorsports using the blue and gold livery. They had iconic drivers, Colin McRae, Peter Solberg, Richard Burns. Fans of rallying, fans of Subaru, they think of Subaru and they think of that blue and gold livery.
I always wanted it to go back to the blue, look the real Subaru picture again.
I have a lot of respect for wearing that blue, and everybody here does. They are thankful to have the blue back. It's who we are.
With the blue and gold came a familiar name to the brand, confirming a program to compete in the American Rally Association Championship.
We signed Oliver Solberg to the team, who's Peter Solberg's son. And just tying those names together and the feeling for the brand and the fans, it's amazing.
This is veteran versus youth.
David Higgins and Craig Drew.
David Higgins has won many championships. And he's going for the championship again.
We have one guy that's been at it for many years. David Higgins knows what he's doing. On the other side, we have young gun, only 17, doesn't even have a real driver's license yet.
Oliver Solberg is here to learn. He's racing a car that is somewhere between a WRC car and an R5 car. It's a high-level car. We're giving him that experience.
And the kid is quick. He is basically a prodigy.
But arguably the biggest single move came to the Rallycross program.
In Rallycross this season, we have a 3-car lineup. So we have Patrick Sandell, we have Chris Atkinson, and we signed Scott Speed.
To be able to get the guy who has dominated that sport, is the champion in that sport, to join your team it's a big deal.
He's been the best, you know, he's won the championship the last couple of years, and to be able to have him as a teammate and learn from him is just the ideal world in this new car. So I think we're going to be really good this year.
We have great drivers, and we've added another great driver. So at the moment, it can't get better than this.
It's a new look, a new building, new driver. It's a whole new year, and we're really looking forward to it.
With change comes optimism. With progress comes expectations. With hope comes pressure. And the cycle repeats.
What we've done all of those years is leading up to this season and what we're going to do beyond here. The focus is on us. Like, we have to perform. It's exciting and high pressure at the same time.
Back in Missouri for the only service of the day, both cars need adjusting. Two teams on different spectrums, separated by mere seconds.
It's not too bad. Very loose gravel out there, so big job sweeping the gravel. The grip's really bad, and it's just trying to readapt the car to the different tyre is the biggest thing. Wasn't a perfect like the loop, but unfortunately the last stage we went the wrong way in the last one. Lost a few seconds in the last stage, a bit of a shame, but it's all pretty close out there anyway.
There'll be a bigger change or bigger improvement in stage time just with road conditions.
From the outside, it looks like a pure test of speed, but the devil is in the details.
It's quite hard with the challenges, you know, you're not writing your pace notes yourself. So you're always a bit unsure all the time when it's very fast. It's not perfect situation, but it's how it is, you know. I just have to deal with it and do the best out of it.
Yeah, we're facing a lot of new stuff, but I think me and Oliver's approach this last few rallies, well, from we've started working together, has been quite good and mature, even though we are so young, but we are close to the lead, so it can't be bad.
So you're in 10 mile on medium, and then swap just to soft.
Yeah.
That's the correct for me, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yes?
But we do the same.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And then you can decide what you want to do this way or whatever. Good job, huh? Good job.
For Higgins and Drew, the opening day of the season is a classic one. David's knowledge of this car, of these roads, of his co-driver, and of his abilities is deeply ingrained, to the point where his speed seems understated. Seemingly no risks. No sketchy moments. It's the artful driving of a seasoned veteran. It's here where experience plays out against youth. Solberg and Johnston continue to punch well above their own expectations, though it's happening a little less smoothly.
120.
There are more slides, a few close calls, clipped edges.
Into slight left, 100.
When you run wider into the unswept lines, you'll eventually find rocks and other sharp objects, and you begin to press your luck.
6 left minus half long, times to 5.
This time it costs them.
Into crest, brake 50. Caution, 4 right minus times to 2. No, 4 right minus times to 2, takes to 2. Puncture, you think? Yeah. 30. I think we're better to keep going. Yeah. 100.
The flat tire drops Oliver to third. But for the young star, pushing past these moments and learning to work within the limits is why he's here. To learn, to build from these experiences. Higgins isn't here to learn. He's here to defend a championship.
10, right 6, over finish, 300.
And he'll close out the day the way he started it, in the lead. As the Subaru drivers arrive at the end of the day, both are pleased with the overall result.
It was okay, but I couldn't go as hard as I really wanted to go, because the last time we did these stages was the year when it was snowing. So everything was just a little bit too slow, because we'd slowed a few things down for the snow and not sped them back up again for the good weather. So there was a bit of time we had with that, but not too much really. The more important thing for me is to work on the car and get a balance where I feel really comfortable.
A good day overall. Some problems on the first stage of the second loop. We got a puncture and unfortunately, it's how it is, you know. And then the stage after that, I won with 3 seconds, and I got a really good rhythm on that one. And then the last one, we forgot the time and we checked in too late. Oops. So we came behind the car, a slower car in front, and we got all the dust. So yeah, not the best. It's okay. I'm learning.
It's more than enough. It doesn't have to drive any faster, you know, that will come with the experience. And translation from a 17-year-old to talk, you know, to maybe professional engineers, it's maybe not the same as talking to your father and try to translate it in that way, you know. So that's why I think this is also a very good experience. And also with David's driving here now, fantastic, you know, I have done well for many years, and he's like the father of the team and doing a fantastic job, and I think that is very good.
This will be the tale of 2019. Identical cars, piloted by drivers with two very different paths to their ultimate goals. And they are just a single day into this season-long story. Next time, on Launch Control. The tight battle continues between the two Subarus in a rally that doesn't go as planned.
The hood just popped up and we didn't understand anything.
It's a difficult rally, you know, it's incredible.
Engine just stopped and lost throttle. Not an easy thing to find as well. When you've got a part hanging off the car, you can see what it is and fix it.
It's a cruel sport.